Today's video is all about getting out the clutter. Summer's almost over, we're moving into a new season. I need to release some of this old and unused makeup to make room for new makeup. So join me today because this entire video is going to be decluttering some of my makeup that I do not use or is too old. First off, I have the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. I actually have this in two shades. I have it in natural and nude. I was trying these foundations last summer, trying to look for something to wear for my sister's wedding. I do have a video on that I will link for you. But one thing that I found with these is that they can be very full coverage, but the tone isn't really what I'm looking for. It seemed like if you tried to get a darker shade, it just got more yellow. I need something that's a little more tan, especially in the summer when I have a little bit of a natural tan going on with the rest of my body and I'm trying to match that. So for that reason, I'm going to get rid of both of these. Then I have this Makeup Revolution. It's the Revolution Pro line Skin Finish Radiance Highlighter. This one I have spoken about before as well. The tone is just a little too cool tone for me. It looks very pretty and a little warm tone as a swatch, but on the face, for me, it just comes off a little too cool. So I'm going to pass this one on. This one I think can still be used. I don't think it's too old, especially being a powder. It's just something that I'm not using. Then I have this e.l.f. Putty Blush in the shade, I think it's Bora Bora, yeah. I was very excited to get this blush. I wanted to try it. I thought the tone looks so nice. It's that really cool blue tone Barbie pink. Really nice, right? This wears off. We all know that e.l.f. has come a long way since their beginning, and they have made some amazing products. They have some really nice stuff on the shelf right now. Unfortunately, in my case, this is not one of them. When I put a blush on, I need it to last all day, which is usually only about 8 hours. By the end of the day for me, this was nowhere to be seen on my face. That's a no-go. Now I have a L'Oreal lipstick. This is going to be in the shade 417 Peach Fuzz. I was looking for a peach shade to dupe one of the other L'Oreal peach shades that I have. I love the shade of the other one. I've actually done a TikTok on it. But it is a creamy lipstick, so it doesn't last very long. So I was trying to dupe it with a little bit of a longer wear lipstick. This one, not it. This, if I had paid more attention, has a pearl finish. It kind of has that 90s frosty look to it. Not about it. So unfortunately, this one's going to be passed along. It's new, so I'm going to see if somebody likes it, wants it, before I just outright get rid of it. But it's not for me. Another lipstick is going to be this Revlon lipstick in the shade 756 Nude Fury. Again, this one is newer. It looks very nice here in the tube. The swatch even looks very nice. A very creamy nude on my lips. It does nothing for me. So unfortunately, that one has to go. Another lipstick is going to be this Revlon Color Stay Suede Ink. I actually have 4 of these, but this one is quite similar to another one that I have, and I like the other one better. And I didn't tell you, this is in the shade 001 Gut Instinct. So this one is not a bad lipstick. It's here on the side here. It's just very similar to one I already have, and I like more. So again, I'm going to see if somebody wants this one rather than just getting rid of it. Next, I have an eyeshadow palette. This is going to be the LA Girl Hey Hey Vacay palette. This palette is big, it's bulky. The top of it, if you can see here, is already peeling off. And I just never reach for it. Now these shades are nice. You have greens, orange, neutrals, browns. I just never reach for it, and again, it's very large, so it's taking up a lot of space that I could be utilizing for other products. Now I want to move into makeup that I don't think anybody is going to be able to use. I'm pretty sure it's just too old and needs to be thrown in the trash. First up, again, I have multiple shades in this. It's going to be the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, and it's the dewy version. I have soft ivory, soft beige. On this line, I just couldn't find a shade that worked for me. And I didn't want to keep buying multiple shades. Usually by the second shade, I have a pretty good idea of what shade I need to get. Wasn't like that for me on this line. So unfortunately, both of these are going to go. Next, I have this Flower Beauty Mix and Matte Lip Duo. It is in the shade Honey Nude. It is where one end is a lipstick and then the other end is a gloss. I really just don't reach for this. By this point, it's old. It's been sitting in my drawers for a while, so time to just toss it. These next two products, in the terms of makeup, are going to be pretty ancient. These are going to be the NYX Single Shadows. I have Mermaid and Jaded. While they are nice, they can be a little messy. This Jaded one has already kind of depotted itself. It's lifted. I don't really go for these shades anymore. And again, they're taking up space. I have the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation in the shade Nude L3. While I liked this foundation, it was just too yellow. I couldn't really make it work unless it was during the summer, and it still kind of just wasn't the tone that I'm going for. So rather than just keeping it here, waiting, trying to make it work, just time to get rid of it. But it does have really nice packaging. Another one that has just been sitting here way too long is this Rimmel lipstick in the shade Paradise. This one is a very, very nice, kind of neutral, little mauve tone lipstick. Again, it's just too old. I can't even tell you when I bought that one. While we're on lipsticks, I believe this is the last one. It is going to be the NYX lipstick in Thalia. Now this is one of theirs where you had the lipstick up top, which is kind of this really a little more purpley mauve. And then down here at the bottom, for the longest time, we didn't know, the bottom pops out and you have this little gloss. But again, this one is just too old, so we're going to go ahead and toss it. More foundations. Can you tell that this Declutter is foundation heavy? Another one that I have multiple shades of is going to be this Catrice HD Liquid Coverage. I have Sand Beige and Light Beige. These two for me are a little too thick, a little too cakey. They show dry patches. They just don't look the best on my skin texture. So again, rather than holding on to them, trying to make them work, I need to just get rid of them. And I lied. I have one more lipstick. It's another NYX, and this one is in Snow White. It's this really, really pretty red. Again, too old. And this one also has the little lip gloss at the bottom. But this one doesn't want to pop out. Anyway. I have other reds. I have so many reds that I think I can let that one go pretty easily. Now I have the number 7 Lift and Illuminate foundation. I never really got around to using this one very much because it has retinol in it. I don't really like having retinol in the foundation because it can make your skin sensitive. So for that reason, on my part, I should have researched it before I bought it, but I just never really wore it that much. Unfortunately, it's old. I really don't know if I should give this to somebody to try or just chunk it. We'll see. Now I have a primer. This is going to be the L'Oreal Infallible Glow Lock Primer. I just don't reach for it, especially now with the e.l.f. Power Grip primers. Those are really my go-to. So this primer, I don't have any problem getting rid of it. Again, it might be too old though to see if somebody else wants to use it. I don't even see like an expiration date on here. Either way, it's not for me anymore. Now I have another foundation. It is going to be the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. I have it in the shade 201 Classic Ivory. This one has been sitting stagnant for so long that it has separated. I did like the formula of this one. I did like the way it looked on the skin. Unfortunately, this shade just does not match me anymore. And there's one that I've been trying that I like a little bit better, the Revlon Illuminate. So this one I have no problem getting rid of. It's old, the shade doesn't match, and I found something I like a little more. Next, I have these 5 liquid blushes. These are from Maybelline. It's their Cheek Heat liquid blushes. I got these because I was very interested in them at the time. However, I found that I really didn't like the packaging. The lids were a little wonky. Some of the shades were less pigmented than others. I just don't reach for them. And again, they're a creamy liquid consistency, so I don't know how long they are supposed to last, but I can guarantee you I've had them probably longer than that. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all 5. We're to our last product, and yes, it is a foundation. We have the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. And this one I have in the shade LW2. Now the problem that I have with this foundation, the first bottle I got, I loved it. And then I think they kind of discontinued it or took it off to reformulate it, something. Then they came back with it, and I promise you, the formulation seemed different. The color did not seem the same. The way it looked on the skin did not seem the same. And it has kind of an awful smell. So, while I really liked the packaging and I liked it the first time I used it, this kind of relaunch formulation, I wasn't a fan. So let's count and see what I'm getting rid of, what can be given away, and what has to be thrown away. So there are 21 products that I know are going to go to the trash. There are 7 products that I think some other people may like, and if not, I'll go ahead and get rid of them. But in total, I'm getting rid of 28 products. While it may not seem like much, it is enough to free up some storage space. I've already been able to take some things off of my vanity and put them in my makeup cabinet, so that alone makes for a cleaner workstation and an overall cleaner aesthetic. If you are still here at the end, then I thank you for that. I'm going to go ahead and pop up some videos on the screen here for you. That way you can check those out before you go, and I hope to see you in the next video.